welcome to the All Things Good podcast. I am your coach and your host, Giovanna Sorillo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know you're probably thinking, like, oh, Giovanna's done. She's done with her podcast. Nothing is happening. She started something, she didn't finish it. Well, no, baby. I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. I actually have been collabing and networking with so many different people and so many walks of life. And I'm excited because they truly are all different from me. We all have different histories, different belief systems, different religious backgrounds. And I'm excited to hear what everyone has to bring to the table. Regardless of what you think, we all have a piece of the puzzle. We all have something to bring. We all have wisdom. We all have knowledge. We all have stories that will benefit each other. And I want my podcast to help different types of people from all different types of walks. And with that being said, last episode, I spoke briefly on becoming a new version of yourself and trusting the process of that. And I had to do just that within this past couple of months. I have to trust the process that this version of me that's coming forth is a version of me that is going to be authentic, that's going to be true, that's going to be empowered, that's going to make a difference in today's world. And I'm accepting it. And I want you to really question yourself, what version of you is coming forth? I truly believe that we have so many different lives, all within one body, one lifespan. Like we've lived different lives. I mean, back then I was pursuing rapping. Then I got into Christianity. And now here I am podcasting. Like, hello, these are different lives and different versions of me that are creating, that have been created. And so I want you to ask yourself, are you living authentic to yourself? Are you living in the greatest version of yourself? And if you're not, what is stopping you? What is stopping you from actually living the greatest version of yourself? Is it people? Is it the fear of people and what they may say? Because if I'm going to be transparent and honest with you, a lot of the things that I'm going to be releasing on this podcast, I had to really fight and battle with the opinion of man. And if I am honoring my most authentic self, I have to go past those opinions. I have to go past those judgments. I have to get past those people and those friendships that I'm going to lose because I decided that I'm living a different version of me. So, are you afraid that if you come into this new version of you, that you are going to lose people? Well, maybe the people that you lose were for that old version. Maybe the version that you are coming into is a different version with new people, with new mindsets, with new belief systems that is going to serve you in your season of your life. Is this version of you calling you higher, calling you into a different path, calling you into a different walk, or calling you into a more reformed path? Something where it's more disciplined. Maybe your highest, most authentic version is you coming into a place of being spontaneous and just allowing things to flow. Maybe it's a balance of both, being, structured, but also learning to enjoy the moment and live spontaneously. Really sit with yourself, really analyze. I mean, people, we have to, I'm not going to say we have to because I don't even like saying that, like you have to do this. No, we really have a choice that we have to make in this hour, in the season of our lives. What do we really want for our lives? And are we really going to pursue it? Are we going to allow fear to keep us from living the version that we so desire, that we see before us? Or are we just going to stay stagnant? Because I truly believe that once you enter and embrace your most authentic version, then you will be able to bring a piece of the puzzle that other people don't have. That you will be able to shine your light in a different way that others are not able to shine. Live authentic to yourself, not according to what other people want from you. I've been there, done that. I'm not doing it again. I've lived according to what people expected of me. You know, some people said that, you know, when I was a leader within the church system, I was too friendly. I was too smiley. My lipstick was too red, too dark. I needed to be separate from the flock and those who I was leading and counseling and guiding. I needed to toughen up. I needed to have a backbone. I needed to do so much. But never within that was you need to be yourself. Isn't that funny? I was never told to just be yourself. And who am I? I am loving. I am caring. I am understanding. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. Trust me, I just know who I am now. And I can't compromise that to fit into a box or into a system because it benefits you or it benefits other people, but it's not benefiting me. Think about this. Is the version that you are now benefiting you or is it benefiting other people and those around you? If you could say that it's benefiting you first and foremost, and then really shining a light on other people and really bringing a change and a difference and love around other people, then you're living in the greatest version of yourself according to this timeline, according to the time and the season that you are in. But if the version of you can't love, doesn't have joy, full of fear, worry, anxiety, trying to figure out how we're going to survive, you're in survival mode, then you are not living your most authentic self. You are not believing that there is more. You're living in a version of yourself that is old and done with. But you have a choice to accept what version you want to live. Is it going to be the new version? The version of you that's just really living and dreaming and going for the more, or the version that just really, you're okay. It's up to you. And no one should judge you according to your decision because it's your life and it's authentic to the version that you are at this point in time in your life. And so, again, who are you around? Is it benefiting you or is it benefiting others? We have to question ourselves, guys. We have to be more in tune and more self aware of who we are, what's going on, of our thoughts, of our emotions, of our intuition, of our belief systems. Who are you? Giovanna is creative. She's bold. She's confident. This is the version of myself that I'm stepping into. She's loving. She's accepting. She's free. And she's not confined to anyone's ideologies, doctrines, or systems. She's not. That is the version that I decided to step into. And I am fully accepting that the people connected to the old versions of me may not be connected to this new version of me. I had to grieve that. I had to grieve that people, places, situations, relationships may not come with me in this version of myself. And people are going to talk and they're going to gossip and they're going to say, oh, she's this, oh, she's that. But that's what you want to do. That's up to the person to do that. I'm going to continue to live in my authentic self. And I want you to continue to live in your authentic self. Anyone who has ever asked me for advice or questions or just counsel, it was always according to what you wanted for your life, not according to what I believe you should do. But what do you want? What do you want to do? Allow people to be who they are, but allow yourself to be who you want to be, the version that you want to be. Allow that version of you to come out. No restraints, no fear, no holdbacks, no limitations. Allow it to come forth and come forth in power, come forth in boldness, come forth in owning that version of you that is longing to come forth, stepping outside of fear. Before I end this podcast, I want to share a dream and an encounter that I had. And in the dream, I was creating a painting for a friend, and this was the biggest painting that I had ever created, the biggest client that I've ever had, with the most amount of money to be gained. And I, for some reason, I've been very aware. I'm aware even in my dreams. I can see that I'm dreaming. I can see what's going on. I can even control my dreams. Like it's so crazy. I'm able to step in and be like, okay, no, this isn't happening. We're gonna change this. And within this dream, I'm like, oh, what's going on here? Like, what's going on with me? I feel something. And I'm like, oh, okay, there's fear. Okay, so this fear I know is already going to be with me as I wake up. And as I woke up, the fear literally stood with me throughout the day. And I had to take a shower. I went to go take a shower, and I began to weep in the shower. And I had to talk, and I knew exactly what it was. And what it was my younger self. It was my younger self. It was my current self. And it was the version of me that is to come, all happening all at once. I might sound crazy. I might sound like I'm into some crazy stuff. I don't care. This is what happened to me. And as I started to have this dialogue, I said, you know what? I accept that there's still fear, but I am not going to allow this fear to stop me from becoming this version of me that I see. Because I even had a dream of a version of me. I mean, she was powerful. She was loving. She was dressed like in this amazing color. I mean, it was amazing. And I was just like, man, this is me. And it just began, the dialogue continued. I said, I accept that there's fear, but I will not allow it to stop me from becoming the better version, this new version of me. And then I said to my younger me, and I said, I'm trying not to cry. I said, I'm going to show you that everything that you dreamed of is possible. I'm going to show you that that dream you had years ago as a child, to be a writer, to be a poet, to be a painter, to be a dancer, all these things are possible. I'm going to show you that all things are possible. And I just began to cry. And it was like all versions of me were coming together in this agreement that we're going to be okay. And I'm going to live in my authenticity regardless of what anyone says. I hope that this has helped you in some form or fashion. You know, maybe it hasn't, maybe it'll help someone else. But live according to you, and I'm gonna live according to me, regardless of what anyone says. And you need to do the same for yourself. Be you, but be your most authentic self. Until next time, I'm your host.